I woke up at 5 this morning and I had the thought, let your impulses win. I realize I'm trying to be something I'm not. I'm a circle, circular peg trying to fit myself in this square hole, and it just doesn't work, dude. And I've always thought, if I push hard enough, I can fucking reshape this circle into a square and I can be good at it. I can fill this fucking square hole and I can do the best job in the world. But let's be honest, guys. A circle is a circle. A square is a square. I'm closer to a crackhead than a businessman. I'm a silly goose in a society of serious gooses. And when we stop trying to be someone we're not and we actually just play to our strengths, that's when magic happens. That's when people like us. That's when we're authentic. My friends are some of the funniest fucking people on this earth. I love them. They make me. They'll send some shit in the group chat, and they just make me laugh 9 times out of 10. And it's just these people are silly gooses. They're silly. They let their impulses win. They say silly, fucked up shit, and that's okay. It's okay to be silly and fucked up. You don't have to be serious all the time. You don't have to. You don't have to say, "Oh, I'm not gonna let that impulse win. I'm better than that. I'm not a caveman." I'm gonna go to work, put on my suit, and I'm going to make some business deals. I'm going to grind even if I don't want to. And it's just yes, sure. Go for it. Do what works for you. But I hate that we pretend like that's the solution for everyone. Stop trying to act like you're better than everyone else when you say, it's all about discipline. It's about the grind set. It's about putting in the work even when you don't feel like it. It's dude, what if we're just playful and we enjoy our existence and we're happy and we do things when we're inspired and motivated and sure, there's discipline that comes into play, sure, for things like the gym. That's a great example. Sometimes you don't feel like going to the gym, just go to the gym. You'll feel better after. But we need to realize people are different. I'm a hunter-gatherer in a farmer society, and rather than trying to be a farmer, I'm going to be a hunter-gatherer, Rather than saying, making no my default answer, no, I'm not going to do that. No, I'm not going to go have fun and explore and say yes to some wonderful opportunity where I can, learn and grow about myself. I'm going to say no, and I'm going to do the same exact shit I've been doing because it's about discipline and work ethic. And guys, my best traits are being a silly goose. I love silly gooses. Silly gooses are my favorite people. And let's just lean into our strengths. Let's stop pretending we're all the same person, because we're not, bro. We're just not the same person. And to the serious people watching this, don't take my advice. I'm just a silly goose. Why are you listening to me? Like I said, I'm a crackhead. I'm not a businessman. Okay? Something I've noticed is me and my friends, we've all struggled with addiction in some form. And we're all diagnosed with something, ADHD, autism, retardation. There's something fucked up about all of us, but people love us. We're just a bunch of silly gooses having fun, living life, not being so serious. And the thing is, why would we let our impulses win? That's destructive. Drugs, not so good. I've come to learn not so good, those drugs. And alcohol, obviously even more destructive, I would argue. And hooking up with girls you find zero attraction to. It's just mean, right? It's mean, it's fucked up. Maybe you'll catch something. Maybe you'll get some fucking gross bumps. I don't know. Or saying mean shit. I've said so many mean, cold, callous things just without thinking that have just been destructive. I've lost people I've seriously cared about. And and to the people I haven't lost, I've seriously hurt them and seriously scarred them. And it's just why the fuck will we let impulses win? We're better than our impulses. That's what we hear. And that's what happens when we don't let our impulses win. When we don't make that piece of art we're interested in making. When we don't make that YouTube video. When we make a song and we just say, that's trash. Or no, it's when you just don't make a song at all because you're I'm not even going to try. Or you spit out a few bars and they're actually good, but you I'm not going to do this. That's silly. I'm going to be serious. I'm going to go be a businessman. I'm going to go make some money, make some cash. I'm going to go do what society tells me is good. But what if we just let our childlike impulses win? The child, he's not trying to do drugs, and hopefully, and have random hookups with girls he's not attracted to, and say mean things. Well, they say mean things. But, you know, they have like childlike wonder and awe, and they say yes, and they go explore, and they pretend, and they play, and they grow, and they see the beauty in what they don't know. I mean, they don't know that they don't know, but like they have fun. Okay, that's the main point. They have fun. They're fun, silly kids. Okay, and that's what I am. I'm just a fun little kid. All right. Obviously, I'm a grown fucking man, but like still, you know, what people like about me, I've noticed, is they like that I'm not so serious. They like that I have fun. They like that I'm a math tutor. And it's not like when I tell people I'm a math tutor, that's not what they find interesting about me. What they find interesting about me is that like I say silly, stupid shit, and I say things that I say things that are like either like I'll say a joke, and sometimes it's like really funny, people love it, and sometimes people are like, "What did you just say, bro?" And it's just like that's the point, okay? We're not all the same person, okay? And as soon as you realize that, that's when you'll get like that's when the magic happens. Like some of the best moments in my life, they came from like that, from following my impulses. You know, making a YouTube channel. You know, when I went on that little streak of YouTube videos and I was just pumping out content just cause I wanted to, and like I wasn't so concerned about, you know, I don't really like this isn't that good. And you know, going on a trip to fucking Brazil and falling in love with some awesome, amazing therapist girl who like really changed and revolutionized my life, and you know, my last trip to Bogota, you know, and I fell in love again. It's just like, rather than like a lot of people would say, "Oh, Chase, that's not love, bro. It's not love until you've like been together for years." And it's like, okay, I see where you're coming from. You know, it's just like, I get it. Maybe I'm just addicted to the high, but like, I don't know, when I'm just like free, I just let myself be. I let myself say I love you to people I've known for a week or 4 weeks. You know, I say I'll tell, you know, one of my girlfriends, you know, I asked her to be my girlfriend on the second date, and on the third, I told her I love you, and like I meant it, and like we were so in love, and like that shit, it doesn't happen from like saying, no, I'm better than that. I'm better than my impulses. I understand that's just my dick talking. You know, that's just my little wiener trying to get some puss, but it's just like, no, I feel these things, and I'm just honest, and I just, rather than like saying, oh, that's not okay, you can't tell someone, dude, you can't tell someone that. That's crazy. You're love bombing. You're being a weirdo. And it's just like, dude, be yourself. You know, be free, be authentic. And that's, you know, good, great, wonderful things happen when you do that. Okay? So yeah, I woke up this morning and I thought to myself, let your impulses win. And that's exactly why I'm here. And you know, maybe people will say, oh, this is just, you know, hypomanic ADHD, you know? It's like, get a grip, bro. You know, grow up. Realize, like, you've done this in the past. And it's just like, dude, I'm not that person. I'm not that person who can tell myself, I'm going to do this every single day. I'm going to grind whether I want to or not. I'm all about discipline. And like, sure, I do love discipline, but it's not me, okay? I'm an inspired, motivated person. I love to share my passion for the world. And you know, that passion doesn't come from, it's 5 a.m., I'm here to grind. I'm here to grind not because I want to, but because I tell myself I have to. That's not me. And a lot of people, most people I would say, that is their way of going. And that, you know, I mean, I've heard that that's where they thrive. But like, that advice, it's not for everyone. Okay, so stop putting yourself into that bucket just because everyone says it. And you know, you hear it all over the place, it doesn't mean it's true for you, okay? And I'm not some magic fucking special little kid. It's just Chase, okay? And when you realize that and you accept it and you realize like, those are the people I like anyway, why am I listening to like these retards of society telling me all this bullshit when I don't even like these people? I hate these super serious people who say no and they don't have fun and they don't play and they don't learn and they don't explore and they don't adventure. I hate those people. And there's nothing wrong with those people, okay? You're great people. You know, society would be shit if it was just a bunch of me's. I mean, we need those people much more than we need me. But just because of that, it doesn't mean I have to be one of them. That's the beauty of it. Okay? So please, if you're one of these fucked up people who's been told your whole life to conform and fit in and get in this box, fuck them. Don't get in that box. Tell them, fuck you. I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be myself, and people are going to love me for it. And it's going to be creative. It's going to be magical. There's going to be great, awesome things that happen because of it. Okay, that's it. Tomorrow, I'm coming back talking about control. And expect some more of these. Not because I'm a disciplined, grind set, stupid motherfucker, but because I want to, and I have fun, and I love helping people, and I love inspiring. So thank you for watching. I really appreciate the fuck out of you. You're the reason that, like, I'm here. Because you tell me, you reinforce me, you help me understand that, like, I'm not some fucked up weirdo. I'm just Chase. And that's okay. All right, we're talking about control tomorrow. Sneak peek? You're in control. You're in control. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.